welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Right.
You do.
You know, and I practice and I practice and I practice, make sure I do it just perfectly. It takes me 30 minutes to an hour to make sure that it flows properly. So how did I do?
You did great, but I have a bone to pick with you, Gil.
Uh-oh.
When our graphics come up, it says, Dan Reynolds, and then Ann Limley. It's like very small, and I have a little issue with that.
Well, but everybody goes to you first, though. I mean, they're instantly focused
That
on
is a cop-out if I ever heard
the
one.
smaller text usually draws people in more than the bigger text. I think actually that was a kind of a template, and that's how it turned out, and he just didn't
Well, I don't like
change
your template. I think you need to change it.
How about if we just swap names, where you're bigger on top and
That'll work.
I'll be little?
You be little for a while. You be the little man for a while.
I've been little all my life, so there you go.
You know, I like to toot my own horn now and then.
I was always picked last on dodgeball.
Oh, I wasn't very good at that either. And softball, you know, if you were what is it, third outfield, left field?
Right field is the one that they always put the
that was me.
The least
I was the right
on.
field
Yeah.
because I sucked. And then I was catcher, and that was not very good at that either.
You didn't catch?
I can't tell you how many times I had ball races.
Was it softball or hardball?
Softball.
Or was it softball? Yeah.
Yeah.
So school was rough. School going through.
This was church league softball.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was just talking about having to go through the process of going to school. You know.
Oh, true.
Because I was put into school a year early.
Were you? Because you were extra smart.
No.
Oh.
Because I'm going to reveal this. My stepdad falsified my birth certificate, so
Why?
they put, I guess, to get me out of the way or get me in school or whatever. And I had a learning disability to begin with, so it
really?
Was, yeah.
What was that?
I had dyslexia.
That's what I was thinking. You had dyslexia.
So it was doubly difficult on me, and I was the shortest. You know, when you have those group photos back in the day, I was always the littlest guy on the very end because I was always younger than everyone else and not tall in stature to begin with. So
well, look how you've turned out now.
Well, millions of dollars of
So that's why your name is so big.
That's it. It's an
like
ego
some sort
thing
of
for me.
Weird ego thing.
No, I had nothing to do with that, but if I were to counsel Gil on how to do the titles, I would say my name's got to be bigger.
Would you? I think I'm gonna text him
Not
after
really.
the show and say, "Can you fix
You
it?"
can leave my name off of there. That's fine. You know, I'm just happy every day. Just happy to wake up and move on.
You've been on a trip, had a blast. It looked like.
We went to. I think I talked about this last week, but on the other show. But we went to.
I wasn't there.
Went to the Gulf, and saw the ocean, and just a big lake to me. And you know what's funny? You go. If anybody's ever been to the Gulf, there's really not a horizon of water. There's a oil. What do you call oil rig?
Right.
Oil rig. You know, different things. But we had fun. We ate and saw.
Ate.
Yeah, we ate quite a bit. A lot of different seafood. It's hard to get. You don't go to Red Lobster when you're on the coast. You go to the little mom and pop shops right on the coast where they have a dock there where they bring the fish in. That's where you eat because that food is
fresh.
It's fresh. Yeah. And then the highlight of the trip, we went north of New Orleans and went to a plantation.
Really?
Yeah. And that was a eye-opening experience for me. And it was you got to see the plantation, not so much the business end of it, but from the slavery aspect of it and how the story all unfolded and how it was more of a business than it was where the slaves are beaten. And, I mean, it was all a huge family, and it was told by black interpreters. And they wanted to make sure that when people come there, they get that aspect or the other side of the story. And they said it wasn't, the things that you see in movies and people tell tales, that's just a small percentage. And they take those dramatic instances and make it bigger than
story.
That makes a bit better story. But a lot of that was a families working and beside the people that own the plantations, and it showed. And overall, we had a great time
Good.
on the trip. And so you're
I have a
planning
little
that
trip
trip, aren't
planned
you?
at the end of July. We're going to, I was going to tell you that we didn't really invite my youngest originally.
Okay.
It was just going to be me and Richard. And I had offered him, at the end of graduation, if you want to go somewhere, we'll go somewhere. Okay. He would never make up his mind, so we just kind of bypassed him and went on. And then as we were planning the trip, we'd already booked ours, and we asked him again, do you want to go? Because he had said something that prompted that. So here I was scrambling at the last minute trying to get him on the same flight. And then the hotel said, we don't have any rooms. I'm like, well, crud ola. But anyway, well, we were able to, we got him in there.
Got a little cot for him in the corner?
No, he's not staying in my room. Sorry. But he gets his own room. Yeah. I mean, hey, but we're going to go to Grand Cayman. And,
okay.
Yeah, and then William's going to come stay at my house, and he won't be able to go. So somebody has to stay home and work.
Oh, feed the animals?
And look after the animals. So he'll house it for us.
All right.
Anyway, all right, we've got a big show.
Let's go to it.
Okay, Mark Missler will be up first. He's here to talk about, Missler's Furniture. He sells fireworks every year.
Slow down.
And awesome. And Mark is a wheeler dealer.
Is he?
He is. He's very kind. And I think he also wants to talk about the call.
Okay.
And then we have Jose and Valerie Padilla. They are with JP's Restaurant.
Brother and sister team.
Yes, and if you've not been there, you should go.
I ate there a few days ago.
It was very good,
wasn't it? I was even invited to come to the
Were you invited to come
kitchen.
back?
No, I was invited to go to the kitchen where we're shooting shots of footage
awesome.
back there.
Are you going to show some of those today or not
no.
yet? Okay.
No. We will show it coming up pretty soon.
Leo Chilson is here. He has written a new book. We've had him on before with his first book, and I think his second one's complete.
Second one's coming out, yeah.
Tonette Madison is here with the Boone County Heritage Museum, and she's going to talk about trivia night.
Big
and
to-dos.
whatever else she wants to talk about. And we also, winding out the show, have Wanda Massengale, who's representing the Ozark Humane Society. She has a precious pet of the week named Dallas. We will go to break, and when we return, Mark will be with us. Stay with us.